day everyone, I am Larissa Di Matin-ao, your future forester. In this video, I will identify the scientific name and characteristic of different kinds of trees. Now, let's go. The first tree we have is lawaan. The scientific name of lawaan is Soria necrosensis. The characteristic of lawaan, it is a heavy hardwood. It ranges in color from dark rich red through light pink to pale grayish brown. The dark woods are known as red lawaan, and the light woods are called white lawaan. Also, coarser in texture and softer than true mahogany, lawaan is actually of the same strain. The second tree we have is catmon. The scientific name of catmon is Dillenia philippinensis. The characteristic of catmon is a favorite tree among Filipino garden enthusiasts. It is endemic to the Philippines and can be used for urban greening. Its fruit is known as elephant apple. The third tree we have is mahogany tree. The scientific name of mahogany is Swietenia mahogany. The characteristic of mahogany is mahogany has a strength, fine and even green, and is relatively free of voids and pockets. Its reddish-brown color darkens over time and displays a reddish sheen when polished. It has excellent workability and is very durable. Historically, the tree's grit allowed for wide boards from traditional mahogany species. The fourth tree is we have a falcata. The scientific name of tree is Falcataria. The characteristic of falcata, it grows usually about 40 meters tall with a massive trunk and an open crown. The leaves are twice pinnately compound with small leaflets. The flowers are small, creamy white in color and are faintly fragrant. The fruits are pods. The fifth tree is coconut. The scientific name of coconut is Cocos lucifera. The characteristic of coconut tree is the coconut palm is tall and stately in appearance and attains a height of about 15 to 30 m when fully mature. Crown of large pinnate leaves tops the trunk, which is characteristically unbranched. An adult palm usually carries 30 to 40 paripinnate leaves in its crown. Each leaf measures 5 to 6 m in length and weighs 10 to 15 kg. The sixth tree is magium tree. The scientific name of magium tree is Acacia magium. The characteristic of magium is an evergreen, fast-growing tropical tree which can grow up to 30 m tall and 50 cm thick under favorable conditions. It is a low elevation species associated with rainforest margins and disturbed with drained acid soils. Next is umbrella tree. The scientific name of umbrella tree is Schefflera actinophila. The characteristic of umbrella tree is a relatively large tree usually growing 6 to 10 meters tall. Its leaves are borne on robust stalks or petioles 15 to 60 centimeters long, and its leaflets are relatively large 8 to 30 centimeters long. Its pinkish red to red flowers are borne in massive clusters with branches up to 80 centimeters long. Next is anibong tree. The scientific name of anibong tree is Onchosperma filamentosum Bloom. The characteristic of anibong tree, a full slender palm, it can numerous, long, slender, horizontally spreading, stiff, sharp spines borne on the trunk throughout its length. The outer part of the trunk is very hard and durable. Next is the oak tree. The scientific name is Bischofea javancea. The characteristic of the oak tree is a medium to fairly large, usually deciduous tree, 30 to 50 meters tall, well strength or poorly shaped. Branches lace, part usually short but sometimes up to 20 meters long, up to 8 or 170 centimeter in diameter, sometimes with steep buttress up to 30 meters high, bark fissured and scaly with small teeth. Next is the rubber tree. The scientific name of rubber tree is Hevea brasiliensis. The characteristic of rubber tree, it has soft wood, high branching limbs, and a large area of bark. The milky liquid or latex that possessed from any wood to the tree bark contains about 30% rubber, which can be coagulated and processed into solid products such as tires. Next is the balete tree. The scientific name of balete tree is Ficus balete linn. The characteristic of balete trees are mostly hemipiptized. They germinate from seeds that are dispersed by birds to the crevice or cracks atop a host tree. The plant sends of aerial roots downwards. The aerial roots that reach the soil grow into it and taken into additional trunks. This tree is Gmelina tree. The scientific name of Gmelina tree is Gmelina arborea. The characteristic of Gmelina tree, it is a deciduous tree 12 to 30 meters high and 60 to 100 centimeters in diameter, bark light gray or gray-yellow, smooth, thin, somewhat corking, becoming brown and raw. Twigs south, often slightly angled. Next is Nara tree. The scientific name of Nara tree is Pterocarpus indicus. The characteristic of Nara is a graceful tree with drooping branches that toss in the trade winds. Short-lived flowers usually appear in April or May, and for a day or two the tree is a shimmering mass of fragrant yellow blooms, which then fall off nearly all the once. The curious winged fruit stays on the tree for months. This tree is apple tree. The scientific name of apple tree is River Pomeranian. The characteristic of apple tree is a small tree growing up 8 meters high. Leaves are compound, 15 to 25 centimeters long, with hairy rachis. Pinnae are 8 to 16 and 5 to 8 centimeters. Long leaflets are 20 to 30 linear oblong and 7 to 12 millimeters long. Next is talisay tree. The scientific name of talisay tree is Terminalia catapa. The characteristic of talisay tree, talisay is a large deciduous tree reaching a height of 20 to 25 meters, smooth or nearly so. Branches are horizontally whorled. Leaves are shiny, obovate, 10 to 20 centimeters long, tapering below to a narrow and heart-shaped base with expanded rounded apex. Leaf stalks are short and stout.